Welcome to Good Mythical More. We have the most, and watch out, embarrassing restaurant experiences as experienced by Mythical crew members. Here, we're gonna rank these from most embarrassing to even more embarrassing.
Yeah, but first, let's tell a 10-word story. Ravioli. I'm trying to tie it into what we just did. We just did Wheel Up Ravioli.
Murders.
Little.
Thoughts.
When.
Fettuccine.
Tries.
Cycling.
Around.
Why would they murder? Mommiolis.
Raviolis.
Murder.
Little.
Fettuccine.
Thoughts when fettuccine. Tries. Cycling. Around mommiolis.
Yep.
Ravioli murders little thoughts when fettuccine tries cycling around mommiolis. What's a mommioli?
It's the maternal ravioli.
Oh, like the mother, like kombucha.
Yeah. It's where all the ravioli
or sourdough bread.
It's where all raviolis come from.
There's one.
It's mommiolis.
It's pulsating. It's under the Vatican.
Anybody who's making
just one
raviolis is a
ravioli.
mommioli in the back.
It's just one ravioli under the Vatican. Just it beats like a heart. And anytime you want new ravioli, you have to go and take a little piece off of it. And
That is gross.
It grows back.
Let's see our first story. I'm told that we have vlogs.
I love this new
Confession cam?
innovation.
Wow.
I love the innovation.
As a kid, I was a very picky and particular eater. I really, really loved cheeseburgers at restaurants, and I always wanted them to be cut in half, but I wanted them cut perfectly in half, not a little off center. So my dad and my uncles would always argue over who had to sit next to me because they didn't want to cut it wrong. Because 9 times out of 10, it didn't matter if how long we went over, like where to cut it. When they would do it, I would throw a little bit of a tantrum and get really mad that it wasn't cut perfectly in half. I also really loved ketchup and wanted it on everything. And once again, all the adults never wanted to sit next to me. They basically had to draw straws because I would force them to put ketchup all over the plate, and inevitably it would end up all over them as well. Yeah, not my proudest moments.
Oh, so this is okay.
So it's
Story time with Chase.
It's sort of a situation.
He was embarrassed by himself.
Reared its head multiple times.
Embarrassed now.
Chase, you've never asked any of us to cut anything in half perfectly, but I mean, I come to think of it though, every time he splits an apple, it is perfectly at 2 halves.
Yeah.
Is that how that got started?
Yeah, I split an apple perfectly in half so that no one has to watch me throw a tantrum when it's not.
Did you bang your head against the fireplace, like your mom said?
That was like around the same time. I think it was like in that like 4-year-old, 3 to 4 range.
They just let you throw tantrums. That's what it sounds like to me.
They did try to stop me, and they were definitely like the parents who would like take me outside. They wouldn't just like let it keep going in the restaurant. But I was a very angry toddler, basically.
Wow. I mean, I guess you got it all out of your system. I've never seen you throw a tantrum.
That's what my family says too. They say that like I got all my anger out by the time I was like 4.5.
Yeah, you seem pretty docile.
I guess it works that way sometimes. I think the fact that you were young makes this mildly embarrassing. There's no way that this could be the most embarrassing of the bunch.
It's embarrassing because, I'm from Burbank, and we go to like that restaurant where it happened, like where I was always asking people to cut burgers and getting ketchup all over everyone, like once a month, and they bring it up every time. The waiters are all still there.
What?
The restaurant, the waiters bought the restaurant, and so they own it collectively. because it was going under. So like there was this big like Burbank crowdfunding thing that happened.
And you walk in and they're like scrambling.
And my
Who's gonna
parents and
cut
them
the-
like laugh about it and like poke fun at me and like, oh jeez, we remember you. You were such a little.
What restaurant is this?
It's the Granada. It's right next to Costco. The
So-
Mexican restaurant.
Granada. It's a Mexican restaurant and you ordered a cheeseburger?
Oh yeah. Oh well, no. Actually, as a kid,
Here's
I
a
was
Mexican
really excited
cheeseburger.
about ordering the hamburguesa con queso. Like I was.
Oh. Why did it have to be in half?
I liked biting it from the middle. I didn't want to like bite from the outside of the burger.
Did you eat the whole thing or did you not eat to the edge?
I would eat the whole thing. Yeah.
Oh,
I'd eat the
okay.
whole thing, but I needed it cut in half.
Well, we got to rank you. All right, so let's move on to the next one. Who's next?
Okay, my embarrassing restaurant story is I was working at a comedy club and I was a server there. And during one of the shows, I was carrying a glass of red wine on like a tray to my table. And I tripped on the carpet and spilled the entire glass of wine on one of the customers who was there watching the show. And there was a commotion, of course, because I'm like, oh gosh, I've just spilled red wine on this woman. And the comedian ended up kind of roasting me in his set a little bit. I don't remember too much of it because I kind of blocked it out from my memory. It was so embarrassing and so traumatizing. I did get pity tips though, so...
Man, that's the thing. When you're at a comedy club,
Ding, 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 ding,
you
ding.
just don't want to end up being a target. You don't want to do anything to draw attention to yourself.
Pity tips, pity tips,
Because
pity
the
tips.
comedian is just waiting for that.
Can you? How many times can you say pity tips?
Pity
In a-
tips, pity 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 tips.
Without
Whoa!
changing
Look at me
it
go.
up.
I'm not going to try that.
She could do it. Yeah.
This is more embarrassing than Chase by a long shot.
Mortifying.
Jenna, you even you kind of looked angry when you were telling the story.
It's a little.
You're
'cause
channeling some emotion.
I don't like thinking about it. It was not
Yeah.
fun for.
It's
It
not
was
a-
not
it's
pleasant.
not a good moment.
It was
Part
a
of the
good
job, though.
moment.
What did the customer say?
The customer was actually really, really nice, and I went to the bathroom with her and helped her, and totally cleaned up. Everything got cleaned up. She was fine.
But it's
It
wine.
was
It's
very
stained.
sweet. She was very sweet, and it was it was like dark color clothes.
Okay, good.
She didn't have on like
She
her
didn't- she wasn't
a
wearing
white
white.
blouse.
Yeah, but I still spilt wine all over her, and
I hate the idea of being roasted
was-
at a comedy show.
Every
and you're
time
an employee? I think Jenna's moving ahead because, she was an adult.
I was
Yeah,
an
yeah,
adult.
yeah,
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 this was
yeah.
just maybe
an
8
adult.
years ago. Yeah.
Yeah, Chase, was there a comedian at your restaurant that immediately made you a part of their routine?
Michael Kevin thinks he's a comedian and would often try to make quips to make himself feel better because he was
Uncle
covered in
Kev-
ketchup.
Oh, Uncle Kevin trying to make himself feel better.
Uncle Kevin.
That didn't do it.
Okay,
I feel
all
like
right.
working here as an adult for most of my adult life has gotten rid of my sense of embarrassment.
That's
So
true.
I had to pick from my childhood.
You're welcome. All right, who's next?
Hey, Rhett and Link, Matt Carney, big fan. Here is my crazy restaurant story. So I used to work at this restaurant, not the one you're thinking. I know what you're thinking, not that restaurant, a different restaurant. It was a sushi restaurant back when I lived in San Diego. And I worked with this girl who I had a really big crush on. And she said to me one day, she said, I'm having this show. I'm performing in Tijuana tonight if you want to come check it out. And I'm like, oh, here's my chance. I'm going to go down to Tijuana. So me and my buddy, we went down to Tijuana and we checked out her show. And wouldn't you know it, she was performing with her boyfriend, who I didn't know she had. So I had crossed the border all in an effort to find out that I was always in the friend zone. That was great. And to make matters worse, I got detained by border police on the way home because the friend I was with was not actually born in America and didn't have his green card with him. So his mom had to come deliver his green card to the border police at 2 a.m. in the morning. That's my story.
Dang, Carney. And was your girlfriend dating a donkey?
Oh, was she dating a donkey?
What?
Yeah, that was
What are you
that
talking-
kind of show. Yeah.
Oh.
Link said it,
Tijuana.
not me.
Yeah, well, I thought what you were going to say was that it was a different kind of show than you maybe expected.
with her
You know,
boyfriend.
that she was putting on a different kind of show. You know what I mean? It was a little different kind of show.
Growing up in San Diego, I know exactly what you mean. I don't think a lot of people.
But
do.
it wasn't. What kind of show was it? Was it?
Like a music show. She was performing at this random club in Tijuana.
And they were just like they were a duo.
Yeah.
Was
Yeah.
it good?
Are they good? I don't remember.
You're dejected, man. And then you couldn't even get back. This is. Obviously, she didn't know you were interested in her.
No, what? Maybe she did. Sometimes people.
She's toying with his emotions.
Some people will do that and be like, "I'm going to invite him to the show. I know he's into me," and then it'll just spice things up a little bit.
I mean, if you were like
Make
called
my
on
boyfriend
stage,
a little jealous.
if you would have came on to her and then like in the middle of the show, and then the boyfriend comes out on stage and like everybody's watching. I mean, that would definitely take the cake. I think you could have kept it to yourself. You know, that's what I feel like. I mean, not here.
The whole story?
Yeah. You didn't need to call. You didn't need to call in.
No one had to know. No one really knew except you and your friend.
Now
Right?
everybody knows.
So it wasn't like everybody in the comedy club or everybody in the restaurant.
Yeah, because now every time we introduce you, we had to say, Matt Carney, formerly former employee of Hot Dog on a Stick, and once stranded at the border because of a crush. We'll figure out
A better way to say that.
we'll figure out a shortened way to say it.
Let's just keep it former Hot Dog on a Stick employee.
Okay, yeah, we'll do that.
It's got a ring to it.
Big fan.
Nice garage door.
Yeah.
Okay, next one.
Okay, so my worst restaurant experience was working at BJ's Brewhouse as a server, and our uniform was a black slacks, black button up, very professional. I come into a shift, my friends pull me aside, and they're like, hey, you have something on your butt? You might want to go check it out. So I go to the bathroom. It turns out I'd sat in melted chocolate, which had melted in my car, and I was trying to clean it up. Water and chocolate don't mix. Didn't do well, didn't help, and just made it look more like poop. So I went to my car. Thankfully, I had an extra pair of leggings. I changed into those, went back inside. My managers weren't thrilled at me wearing leggings because it's not very professional, but I told them the situation, and they agreed that it was better than looking like I'd pooped my pants. So they were okay with it for the one night. But yeah, it wasn't great. It was kind of gross and definitely a little traumatic and stressful at the time.
Well, first
Great sound on that.
Sounded great. I mean, just
Thank you.
Just the
Tally does the sound.
here
in our world.
Like, I'm going to pick the best, most insulated room in the entire building.
Correct, yeah.
Wouldn't have it any other way.
First time seeing you without a mask, actually, I think.
Oh,
Yeah. I was like, who? Oh, that's Tally.
that's me.
Okay. Some people who only started working here once we did the mask thing.
Yeah, that's true.
So it's there's a mouth under there.
I have a face, yeah.
Yep, you got the rest of the face.
Brew House.
BJ's Brewhouse.
You talking about a Pizookie?
Yeah, that's the home of the
Yeah, I know all
Pizookie.
about them.
You had a Pizookie in the pants?
Oh,
Had little pants Pizookie?
I mean, that would have been appropriate if if that had really been the case.
But you said it was black.
At
on
least
black.
it wasn't all white.
So it's not like you
Yeah.
were in a white outfit and you just like Dookie.
Well, chocolate's brown.
brown on
Yeah,
black.
That's what I mean, but
Okay.
it's just
You
like
know.
Okay.
BJ's.
I know you're a sound person,
not
so like
quite-
color's not your thing. But
Yeah, I don't know anything about color. You're right.
Yeah, right.
I mean, just take it from a guy who's crapped his pants, literally.
You're on the way to Dollywood.
Yikes.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like, I mean, that's a bit more embarrassing.
Yeah. And it was not chocolate.
Were like customers pointed it out.
Do you want me to tell you how it sounded? Just, I mean, because that's what you're into.
Sure.
You're into sound.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, it didn't make much of a sound actually.
I didn't expect it.
What sound did it make?
It just was nothing. I mean, it just. I mean, I'm sure if there was I'm sure.
mark
First
in
of
the
all,
seat,
I'm
probably.
sure that Tally could have gotten a microphone in exactly the right place to capture the sound.
No.
Me just driving down the road in Tennessee, it made no sound. But I can just imagine that if you got a microphone in exactly the right place,
No, I
It
wouldn't
would have
do
made
that.
a sound.
it would have been like.
Perfect.
Was that it?
I'm actually amazed at how quickly I made the perfect sound. Like I've never made that sound. I'm never gonna try again.
No, make it again.
No, I'm not gonna do it. It was perfect. That's what the rewind button is for.
I feel like I'm able to duplicate your sound.
No,
right
no,
now.
there's too much wetness. No, yours sounds too much like a mouth, and it's got too much vibration. Mine, I'm not. You heard it the first time. So how long did you work there?
Only a year.
Okay, and how far into the job did that happen?
It was pretty early. I started in the summer, so it was hot car in the summer situation.
Hot car in the summer.
Yeah.
Okay, and did they bring it up multiple times?
No, thankfully I hadn't known that many people yet, so I was like still kind of new.
It seems like that would work against you though.
Yeah, they weren't that social of people, so yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if this gets past.
Don't get past Jenna.
I mean, Jenna had.
Does it get past
a professional comedian?
Yeah.
Incorporate her into the routine.
Yeah. Tally's going in second place right now. So it's girls versus boys at this point.
Now, before we hear the last story, we're still good.
We're still good. That's what all these people are saying. And if they would have known that it was a catchphrase at the time, it's like, oh, we're still good. I got leggings.
Right. That would be a great
This is the party game to turn disasters into hilariously positive situations. It's a good life skill to learn with anybody that you want to hang out with. Play We're Still Good. Available at mythical.com.
Yes.
It's chock full of stuff. I mean, this weighs 18 pounds.
Yeah, at least.
I'm going to leave that right there so you don't forget.
Let's see our last story.
When I was in my mid-20s, I was part of an annual charity event called the 9 Bar Open, where you go to 9 different bar restaurants as a team, play a hole of mini golf that the bar has set up, and it raises a bunch of money. Everyone goes around, has drinks all day on a Saturday. It's great fun, but there's also like a costume element. And so my team was wearing adult diapers that year only. And so I'm in an adult diaper in a restaurant, and it's like lunchtime, and I'm supposed to be there, you know, but there's families and there's little kids and grandmas, and I'm standing outside the bathroom waiting to go, and I really have to pee, I really have to pee. And I realized that I should not wait for the bathroom. I should just do the awesome thing and pee in the diaper, so I do. But it's way too much pee for the diaper, and it starts to just crescendo down my legs. And it was horrible, and people saw it, and I got a lot of scornful looks. And so I got into the bathroom finally and changed the diaper and left the old one in the bathroom and had a great day, but I can still see the like really judgmental faces of many people as I just stood there and just peed in the open of a restaurant. It was pretty awesome though in some ways, you know?
Hey guys, any questions?
I would like to add 2 more scornful looks to your story.
Well, first of all, we have a picture from that day.
Oh, great.
I can't even tell which one you are.
Oh, he's the one with the wristband.
You're the one with the star on the shoulder.
The one with the wristband and the star. Okay, so what year are we talking here?
Not long enough ago to explain it.
Yeah, like 2005.
Okay. What? Okay. So
the volume. So when you pee into an adult diaper, like what? At a certain point, was it like, no, this is the longest pee that's ever peed in an adult diaper before, and therefore, like, what, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm in the future when I'm gonna wear an adult diaper, I need to know like what is the capacity of.
That's why that matters. Yeah, I've learned that that's part of why they like advertise that part of it, because you can easily overpee a diaper.
Right, because at some point it absorbs, and then at some point it can't absorb anymore.
Right. But you can't just cut off a pee.
Well, yeah, you can.
Well, I mean, scientifically. But
so
the moment it starts going down my leg in a restaurant is the moment I cut it off.
Yeah, but it's kind of like a latency because like it's not like the pee that just came out is the pee running down my legs.
Yeah,
it's like
right.
overflow at that point.
Yeah, you can stop at that point, but it's still going to keep coming.
So why stop?
When you changed the diaper in the bathroom, did you lay down on one of those?
No.
Get your boys to help you out. Put your knees up to your ears kind of thing.
What did you do? You wore a soiled diaper the rest of the day?
No, I changed it.
He had
we
another
extra
one.
diapers. We thought of that.
I forgot that part. You had
A little changey.
We had a whole bus full.
diaper bag.
You've taken the cake. Jenna comes in second, then Tally.
Do you still talk
This
to
is it.
these friends?
Some of them, yeah.
Okay, they still talk to you.
Yeah.
Good for them.
It's more of a one-way conversation.
Yeah, right.
And they all work for us.
Our party game, We're Still Good, is now available in the same place you get all your Mythical goods. Grab your copy of We're Still Good now at mythical.com.